Hello everyone. Okay, let me introduce myself. My name is Kuni Salma. My name is T 2019 60004 and I'm from BA1. Here I will explain about translation and interpretation in chapter 3 with the title Equivalence and Equivalent Effects. And go ahead. System or language and specific individual utterance are parallel, central to his theory of language. He differentiated between the signifier, or the spoken and written signal, and the signified, or the concept, which together create the linguistic scene. Thus, in English, the word cheese is the acoustic signifier, which denotes the concept food made of pressed chords. The signified. Jacobson also stresses that is possible to understand what is signified by a word even if we have never seen or experienced the concept or thing in real life. Examples he gives are ambrosia and nectar, words which modern readers will have read in Greek myths even if they have never come across the substances in real life. This contrasts with cheese, which they almost certainly have encountered firsthand in some form. This general principle of interlinguistic difference between terms and semantic fields importantly also has to do with a basic issue of language and translation. On the one hand, linguistic universalism considers that although language may differ in the way they convey meaning and in the surface realizations of that meaning, there is a more or less shared way of thinking and experiencing the world. On the one hand, linguistic relativity or determinism in its strongest form claims that difference in languages shape different conceptualization of the world. This is the famous Sapir-Whorf hypothesis that had its roots in the behaviorism of the 1920 as an in the anthropological study of the Native American Hopi language, which, according to Whorf, had no words of grammatical categories to indicate time. Full linguistic relativity would mean that translation is impossible, but of course, translation does occur in all sorts of different contexts and language pairs. In Jacobson's descriptions, EBIT, interlingual translations involves substituting messages in one language not for separate code units but for entire message in some other language. In Jacobson's discussion, the problem of meaning and equivalence focus on difference in the structure and terminology of language rather than on any inability of one language to render a message that has been written or uttered in another verbal language. Nida incorporates key features of Chomsky's model into his science of translation in particular. Nida says that it provides the translator with a technique for decoding the ST and a procedure for encoding the TT. Thus, the surface structure of the ST is analyzed into the basic elements of the deep structure. These are transfer in the translation process and then restructure semantically and stylistically into the surface structure of the TT. This three-stage system of translation is analysis, transfer, and restructuring. When it comes to analyzing individual words, Nida describes various scientific approaches to meaning related to work that had been carried out by theorists in semantics and pragmatics. Central to Nida's work is the move away from the old idea that a word has a fixed meaning and towards a functional division of meaning in which a word acquires meaning through its context and can produce varying responses according to culture. Meaning is broken down into the following is number one, linguistic meaning, the relationship between different linguistic structures, borrowing elements of Chomsky's model Nida, provide example to show how the meaning crucially differs even where similar classes of words are used. For instance, the following three expressions with the possessive pronoun his have different meaning. His house means he possesses a house. His journey equals he performs a journey, and his keenness is a quality of him. Number two, referential meaning, the denotative dictionary meaning that son denotes a male child. And number three, emotive or connotative meaning, the association a word produces. So in the past, don't worry about that son. The word son is a term of endearment of may in some contexts be patronizing. Another technique is semantic structure analysis in which Nida separates out visually the different meaning of spirit, goods, cause, ethos, alcohol, according to their characteristic. Human 109 versus non-human, good versus bad, etc. The central idea of this analysis is to encourage the trainee translator to realize that the sense of a complex semantic term. In general, technique of semantic structure analysis are proposed as 111 and 11 means of clarifying ambiguities, elucidating obscure passage, and identifying cultural difference. They may serve as a point of comparison between different language and cultures and are proposed by Nida, especially for those working with widely differing languages. Nida's model enables a more detailed analysis of meaning than was possible with earlier theories and points to the kind of effect the text may have on their receivers. However, it is still not possible to measure the effect scientifically, and question persists as to the precise identity of the receiver. With the Treaty on European Union, it may be a legal expert within the TT culture. Okay, that's all I can say. More or less, I apologize. Thank you for watching. Hopefully it is useful. See you in the next video and bye bye.